Alright, so this is a really basic introduction into the Grasshopper interface here. I'm just going to go ahead and go through the toolbars up here, and then I'm going to open up one of these definitions. I'll show you some of the components that we can do in here. I'm also going to show you guys how you can install some of the special components and some other things in here, like some of these advanced toolbars you can also install. So the first thing we're going to do, talk about parameters. This is where you're going to find all of the sort of the empty vessels that we can start to plug in content into. So say if we want to dump content and actually connect it to the Rhino model, we draw a point here, we can select this, right click, and we can set one point, and now that parameter is actually defined. So you can see that that's defined by the X. So if I select it, that turns green. And so a lot of the primitives and things like that, input sliders, all that good stuff that you can really mess with are going to be found in this particular tab. Maths, this relates to some of the mathematic functions. You're going to probably be utilizing this more than you probably anticipate if you're just getting into this. A lot of the functions that you have, you're going to end up having to rationalize some things or multiply things or scale things, and all of those things happen through some of the basic functions here. Sets, this is probably going to be the thing that's probably the most intimidating, probably one of the most important tabs that we're going to be talking about as we go through some of these things. But really, this is how we start to organize all the content, is through a series of lists. Everything is going to be a list of some sort. And so we can start to pull list items out of that. We can replace list items. We can adjust the list, create sublists. We can cull information out. We can just pretty much do anything. And then over here, you're also going to find some of the things that we can use to either flatten or graph information. That is to either make it one straight list or to give each individual object a list. And that's flattening it will create all just one sort of blank list, and grafting will give a list item for each one. And so you're going to see some of those functions in here. Vector, curve, and surface, that's point, line, and plane. And so if you guys start to get in here, we can start to use a little bit later, but you'll also find some of the solid modeling stuff for this in here as well. So meshes, Rhino's not a mesh modeler, but that has sort of made some leaps and bounds in Grasshopper, so you can actually utilize this to do a little bit more than what you previously have been able to do in Rhino in terms of controlling the meshing features in that. Intersect, we can start to, obviously we can extract information from geometry, and so this becomes the different methods for actually extracting information, and then also transforming that stuff. And so it's going to be the basic tool set you're going to see on the main menu in here. These guys, Weaverbird and Kangaroo, these are separately installed, and Weaverbird in particular is actually something you download and have to install through just a .exe file, and then some of these other guys, like running Grasshopper Python stuff and things like that, have to be components, and you get to those by going to this under the file special folders components folder, and you can come in here and then you just essentially drag and drop and then restart Rhino and Grasshopper, and those should pull up and automatically be installed. Okay. Alright, so that's basically all there is for the tabs. As we get into here, we can come in here. If we right click on this, we can turn on and off the previewing of the geometry. This would be really nice when you have a ton of geometry. Obviously, you're probably going to be rendering more than a point. It's not really taking too much out of my hard drive here. But then you can also come over here and you can control some of the other features in here globally. So. And I encourage you guys to go around through here and toggle and play around with some of the stuff. You're going to find some of the commands that you're using pretty consistently down on the bottom in here, and then you have your little wayfinding device here that's pointing towards any one of the commands that you're running. Okay. All right. And then if you look at this, we can zoom in on the entire document. That's going to center everything that you can see. You can name views, and you can also sketch. So. All right, and that's the basic interface for Grasshopper.